9th Standard Economics, third lesson Money and Credit. In this lesson, we are going to see about the barter system, about money, various transaction of money, and about the role of RBI. Almost all things used by man have a monetary value. In addition to that, the pay given for labor, wages, taxes and duties also depends upon money. The monthly income, expenditure, savings, payment of interest are also measured in terms of money. Not only at homes, but also budgets of the country or state are also framed on the basis of money. The government and also private institutions and industries calculate their financial status through money. So, money plays a important and inseparable role in all our lives. Now we'll see about barter system. What is barter system? Before invented money in the ancient time, the people exchanged goods. So that is called as, instead of money, they used things, exchanged things. That is called as barter system. When there was surplus in agricultural produce and other articles like earthenware, they exchanged it with the people who needed them. So, agricultural produce, if it is excess, they exchanged and what they needed and they collected from the other people. For example, if a community had excess foodstuff, they would exchange that with those who had excess pots. Likewise, when a particular grain grew in abundance in region, it was exchanged for a different crop in another region. So if there are more, like if there were more paddy grew in that time, so they exchanged paddy and they collected like milk or any other product or any other crops. These articles which were exchanged through barter system can be termed as the form of trade. So in the ancient time, they did trade with the exchanged things instead of money. This is called as barter system. Now about coins. When they exchanged things, that time the people faced problems. Due to that, they started to invent money. For example, what were the problems they faced? For example, there were problems in exchanging needed goods. A person who had paddy was in need of earthenware, for instance, but the person who had pots and other utensils was not in need of paddy. Thus, the needs of many people were not fulfilled. Measuring the quantity and the value of goods exchanged were found very difficult. So, exchanging things and also the measuring the quantity, value of goods exchanged, that also were found very difficult. For solve these problems, they fixed a common item with a standard value. For the effective exchange of goods, it was usually in the form of some metals. Metals were rare to find and could be maintained for a long time and never lost their value. Hence, metals can be termed as first form of money. So, the people faced the problems because of the exchanged things. Due to that, the people started to invent money. Due to that, the money, instead of money, that is, money was made by metals. So, metals can be termed as in the first form of money. Next, gold, silver and copper were the metals used first. They were called ancient currency. So metals including gold, silver and copper. So by this they made money. Leather, beads, shells, tobacco, salt were exchanged as barter, say economist. So the economist said, so leather, beads, shells, tobacco, salt, even slaves also exchanged. Natural money. The metals such as silver and gold gained importance gradually all over the world. So these metals were used as standard value in the exchange of goods. This was called as natural money. Paper money. There were insufficient reserves of gold and silver. Mines also had a limited reserves of these metals. So, an alternative was found and coins were made using metals with lesser value. These were used to buy and sell goods of lesser value. It was used as the money of the poor people. These coins were printed in large numbers. Paper money came into being as the next stage. First stage, they used gold and silver coins, then copper coins, then paper. Paper money they started to use. Money has become an inseparable part of everyone's life today. It has changed its form in the economic front. Money transactions are done through many ways in the electronic world. Electronic transactions. So the people have to go to the bank and fill up the check and withdraw the money from their account. But these systems is gradually vanishing. Instead of going to the bank, getting money, all vanished. So one can easily withdraw the money amount from an automated teller machine. It means ATM. So the people can withdraw their money from the ATM, that is automated teller machine, with the help of the ATM debit card. Then one can easily withdraw the money needed at any time at ATMs located everywhere. A person can deposit money in their account without visiting the branch. Similarly, credit card also available, through which things are bought and credit and the amount can be paid later. So ATM card, credit cards also can use. Next, online transactions. Through online transactions, net banking are carried out. Through this, money is transacted to anyone who lives anywhere across the globe. So through the ATM card, debit card, online transactions also people can use. Technology has advanced so much that even mobile banking is widely used nowadays. Role of the Reserve Bank of India. A government has the responsibility to regulate money supply and oversee the monetary policy. Hoarding of money must be avoided at all cost in a country's economy. Only then money can be saved in banks. So hoarding should be avoidable. Then a major portion of saving in banks are used for the development of industries, economic growth and various development schemes for the welfare of the people. So savings in the banks can be used for the development of industries, economical growth and various development schemes for the welfare of the poor. All the major and important banks were nationalized in 1969. The Reserve Bank of India, that is RBI, regulates the circulation of currency in India. The Reserve Bank of India started its operation on 1st April 1935. It was permanently moved to Mumbai from the year 1937. RBI was nationalized in 1949. 85% of the printed currency is let of circulation. According to the statistics available as on August 2018, currency worth of 19 lakh crore are in circulation. Relationship between money and prices. The relationship between money and prices is connected with the monetary policy. There is a close relationship between the growth of money supply and inflation. Price controls play a very important role in a country's economic stability. This role is played by the central bank of our country, that is Reserve Bank of India in India. Currency is the medium of exchange in a country. The Indian currency is called the Indian rupee, that is INR, Indian rupee. In a country, the foreign currency is called foreign exchange. Most of the international trade transactions are carried out in US dollar. So, international trade transaction are carried out in the US dollar. Functions of money. When money replaced the barter system, a lot of practical issues were solved. Money acts as a medium of exchange, unit of measurement, store of value, standard of deferred payments. It plays an important role in transactions. Now we'll see medium of exchange. It means money should be accepted liberally in exchange of goods and services in a country. So money is the medium of exchange for buying and selling goods. Now, unit of account. Money should be the common standard unit of calculating a country's total consumer goods, products, service, etc. So, money should be the common standard unit of calculating a country's total consumer goods, products, services, etc. For example, if a book cost is rupees 50, it means the book is equal to 50 units of money. So, money is used to measure and record financial transaction in a country. Then, store of value. Money is used as store of purchasing power. It can be used to finance future payments. So, store of value. So, we can save the money or store the money for the future payments. Credit. We are going to see about credit. Farmers, traders, small entrepreneurs, and large industrialists all needed credit. Credit is available from formal financial institutions like nationalized and private banks and cooperative banks, informal financial institution. Microcredit is received through self-help groups. So credit you can get it from the nationalized and private banks and cooperative banks, and also informal financial institution, and also through self-help groups also can get money from the bank. Informal financial institution. We'll see what is informal financial institution. People who live in a particular place or those who are involved in a certain work join together as a group and start saving. These are called as self-help groups. The nationalized banks provide help to these groups through microcredit. Credit given through self-help groups for street vendors, fishermen, especially women and poor. In Tamil Nadu, all the banks have 10,612 branches. Across the state, they carry on a total transaction of around 15 lakh crore rupees during the financial year 2017 to 18. So for the self-help groups, loan is given to the street vendors, fisher people, women and poor people. And totally all over Tamil Nadu, 10,612 branches are their bank branches are there. And 15 lakh crore rupees transaction is doing. This data is based on the year 2017 to 18 year data.